Do your emotions get the best of you? Do you have a hard time and feel lost when you're trying to verbalize how you feel? Well, stick around today because we're talking about emotions. Hi there, and welcome to the Booksters Club, where we find daily inspiration from the books you love. Today's featured book is I Don't Have to Make Everything All Better by Gary and Joy Lundberg. And today's inspirational thought comes to us on page number 30. It says, "Early in my career, as I worked with troubled teens at a regional medical center, I became aware that many of those teens could not recognize what was going on inside of themselves. By watching their eyes, I could see that they were experiencing emotion. Yet, when asked what they were feeling, they would reply, 'I don't know.' Since that time, I have seen many clients of all ages who could not verbalize what they were feeling. This confirmed that they had learned one or a combination of four emotionally misleading concepts. Number one, it is not safe to express feelings. Number two, it is not okay to believe what I am feeling. Rather, look to someone else to tell me what I feel. Number three, it doesn't matter what I feel. And number four, emotions are bad." Emotions are an indicator of whether or not you're on track with being happy, just your soul. So if you could look at the comparison between our physical well-being and then our soul's well-being, I think that would help. When we're little and we touch something hot, it sends a signal to our brain that it's painful and we pull our hand away. Bad emotions are very, very similar. When we are doing something that our soul isn't in agreement with, then we're going to feel a negative emotion. The problem is when we're little, we're taught to suppress our emotions rather than to articulate our emotions. And articulating our emotions is not just verbalizing them, but to understand them, to take it and move it through our mind so that we know exactly what's going on. You can ask yourself these three questions to kind of identify where and what is creating this negative emotion. The first one is, when exactly did the emotion start? That's going to help you get really clear and pinpoint what exactly was the trigger. The second thing is, what did I do to contribute to that emotion? So it's important to recognize that although others may trigger a bad emotion, it is within us that needs the addressing. It is us that needs the growth. That's what our soul is asking. When we grow, because that's the third one, is where's the growth in that? If you had growth from that experience, that's you taking your hand off of the stove and the pain won't be there anymore. However, what normally happens is people leave their hand on the stove and then that becomes the new normal. And whenever that emotion wants to come up, it does. And it's very confusing because now it's hard to identify exactly when and where that happened and why that was such a huge trigger. The interesting thing about emotions, if you don't pay attention to them, they get louder and louder and louder until eventually you do have to pay attention to them. So it's important to first identify exactly what is going on with that emotion and then articulate. If it's not to that person, at least outwardly to yourself, why you are feeling what it is that you're feeling. So then that way you can do what the purpose of emotions are. Make your soul happy. Do what it is that you're supposed to. Be in agreement with your soul. For some reason, if you're feeling angry, sad, depressed, unhappy, then you're not. If you had a different take on that part of the book, a different part in this book, or a different book entirely that you think should be featured here on the Booksters Club, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for clicking the like button if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new because I post new videos every single day. See you tomorrow, Booksters.